Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Dungeon Meshi episode number 3 reaction. So the previous episode, we went through a few things. First of all, there was that whole thing with the basilisk. We rescued one party and was able to help them out, and we also had like a basilisk, like a preparation type of preparation. And then we went for the mandrakes, and we got to see how Martial knew like a way of taking the mandrakes out. However, what was the guy's name? Senshi. Yeah, Senshi knew a better way. However, later on we get to know that Senshi's way actually doesn't properly take the bitterness out. So Marcel's way was better, but it was more troublesome way. So Senshi learned something new like that, you know. And then there was finally the section with Chilchak and Senshi, where Chilchak was taught him how to like disarm few traps, while Senshi taught him how to cook, and stuff like that. So let's see what happens today. This is episode number 3. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens today. What more preparations we make. Oh boy. Wow. Oh, what the? There must be some kind of a mechanism here. Yep. Contraption. Okay. Oh, there we go. Damn, that was fast. Right. This is. We need a light source. What? Oh, yeah. No, he used. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering. Maybe like his sister gave it to him or something. Gold peeling crew. What? Oh wow. So they used to peel it out. Okay, that's easy money, I guess. Damn. Hmm. Oh my god. Hmm. Oh, oh, there is that decoration on one on the swords. Oh no, I feel like, yeah, I was going to say, oh my god. Bah, yeah. Oh, right. Oh my god. That's bad. Like, grab one of their swords. I guess it'll be difficult to do that. Okay, there you go. He is going to do that. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh no. Uh, yeah. Oh, I see. Ah. Okay, can you please stop? That's literally metal. You're gonna eat metal? Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, you are just. Okay, stop it. Yeah, just eat your own. I was gonna say, it's the same thing. Oh boy, this is just crazy. Oh, here we go. Yep. Hmm. Run! Okay. Oh, there's one. Nice. Yep. Oh, more are coming out. Okay. It's trying to find the head. It's reverse. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay, he's thinking, he's planning something. Oh god, I feel like he's. Okay. Like, who is it even controlling them? Like, yeah, I was wondering. Are they like just sitting down and controlling it? True. Ah. Yeah, but. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Wait, what? Yeah, like, wait a minute. What? Oh, nice. Okay, there he is. Oh, he's going in stealthily. Oh no, I hope there's no traps here. Okay, nope. Okay, there you go. Oh, wait. Oh my god. Yeah. But it's only one, so yeah. Maybe this is the one who's controlling them. I don't know. Oh wow, this looks like a final boss battle. Right. Yeah, this thing will be a problem. Damn. Yeah. Ah, move. Yep. Oh no. Okay, this is bad. Wait, what the? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, so I see. Oh, it's like a parasite or something. I don't know. Seems familiar. What? Egg case. Yes, it's like a parasite. Hmm. Oh yeah, that is true. You know what? Yeah, that is true. Okay, you know what? So we can eat it. Or that. Okay. I thought he was going to say he can. Oh, he's going to say that. I was like, he was going to say that we can eat it. There you go. Bruh. I guess you cannot eat them but the egg, you know. Oh, nice. Oh my god. Ah. The sheer parts. I guess makes sense because, you know, that egg is the one that's controlling everything. Okay, we need to target the egg. Hmm. Oh, the creatures inside them and protect. Wait. No, no, I don't think so. Yeah. Long limbs are control. Yeah, we need to knock the armor off. Yep, use the bricks. Oh, nice. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, don't let the armor. Okay. Yeah, but it might be in. Wait. So it actually cannot see. What the hell is that? Oh, oh. Ah, so yeah, but the head is dead. So I'm guessing the head probably used to. There you go. The head probably had the responsibility of looking. Each of them share a responsibility. Yeah. Yeah. Take it. Damn. Yeah. I don't think they can. Oh, or yeah. There you go. That's gonna work. No, no. It's yeah. It's like a mollusk, and we can eat it. That's the best part of this. Bruh. Yeah, and each had like their own responsibility. Like the hand part had, yeah, interesting. Spawning season. That's why they were so like, like adamant. Yeah, we can eat it. And that. Bruh. I wonder if I, I wonder if someday he'll eat something and he'll be poisoned and he'll die or something. They'll have to bring him back. I was gonna say, uh, okay. I don't know, fry it. Okay, bruh. This will be the dinner today. Oh no. Try. Oh, okay, this is not. Oh my god. Okay, this. uh, Yeah, well, hmm, I. Yeah, soup is. Yeah, that makes sense. Bruh, what? Yeah, you're the guinea pig here, obviously. You're the one who. Exactly, you eat it first. It's like, oh my god, this is so good! Oh, yes. Yeah, let's wait for 5 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah. Not bad, yeah. That means not good either. As since she said he could have cooked it better if he knew what type of thing it is. Oh boy. Okay, I'm not sure about this one though. I'm not sure about this one though. Uh yeah, like good god, like how long these armors have been there and you're eating from okay. Oh, interesting. I see. Yeah, and that's why a few of them don't really move because they're probably small. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Yeah. Random information. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to get a new one. Oh my god. Hey. Ah. um. Wait, is he going to use that from now on? There's literally a living creature inside of it. Oh my god. What? I didn't even come. Oh no. You know what's funny? I feel like there was a point, like when we saw that little creature inside the sword. I was thinking, wait a minute, is he planning on keeping it because he'll probably make it into an afternoon snack or something? I wouldn't be surprised. This is him who we're talking about. Maybe he kept it because he's like, you know what? When I'll get hungry, maybe I'll just fry it and eat it up. Like that could easily be his logic. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? This episode was fun. Oh boy. Hmm. That is it. All right. Okay, that was a fun episode. All right. Today's episode was just one episode. Like, one like big section. Usually it's like divided into two, three parts. Today's episode was just one full singular story. And yeah, so here we get to know more about these creatures, these living armor, and we get to know the secret behind them. And it was an interesting revelation that they were actually like small mollusk like creature which was like lined up inside of the armor. And they just like formed colonies, and each of them had like a specific role. And that's why it made sense why they needed the head, because like each part shared one like had one particular responsibility. So I'm guessing the upper part, that is the helmet part, with whatever mollusk was inside of it, their responsibility was to keep an eye out and look. The hand part's responsibility was probably to fight using a sword. Kind of like that. It was like divided. The whole uh, the responsibility of the whole thing. And that is why when Laios was able to get the head out and kill the head, the armor wasn't able to see, because the upper part, its responsibility was to look, and Laios took the upper part, that is a helmet, so it was technically blind. It cannot see anything. And yeah, I like how Laios reduced the whole thing, because it is true, like like, yeah, they cannot, obviously they're living armors, they probably cannot see, but if they cannot see, why did the armor grab the head and put it on their head? They didn't need to do that if they don't need the head to look. So Laios put two and two together with that, and Laios was like, you know what, yeah, like I feel like something else is going on, because they wouldn't need the head. Why did he go back and try to pick up the head if they cannot see? It makes no sense. So there must be something going on. The head definitely must be, like, must have the responsibility of like looking, or like like something like that. And that's why he was able to deduce that these had like mollusks inside of them, and each of them had a certain responsibility. Yeah, so they actually, like, the head part, they actually needed the head part for it to properly look, because that's the job that the head part mollusk had, which is to look. So it's kind of like that. Like, taking out the head won't really kill it, but if they don't get the head back, they won't be able to look. Similar, like if the hand. Oh, that is also, it also makes sense why you saw that one section later on where the body parts got exchanged. When Martial was fighting one of these armors, the hand, I think, went from one armor and went and got stuck into another armor which was missing its hand, and it still worked, because it makes sense. Because if the left hand of an armor has a responsibility of doing the stuff that you do with left hand, if that left hand breaks off and goes into another armor which is missing a left hand, you can literally swap the parts around, because it'll work like that. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, so there you go. Right. And it also, like, like they were kind of thinking like maybe like some kind of a mage is using magic to control them. And I was like, which mage or what creature is even doing this? Like what are they doing? Just sitting down and waiting for adventurers to come, and then they're like making the armors move? Is that what they're doing? Like just sitting down waiting? Like it makes no sense. Who the hell would even do that? So I was thinking maybe it's like a like a self-activating magic which activated as soon as the adventurers came in, or something like that. But then we little by little we get to know it's not like any kind of mage or anything. It's those creatures, these mollusks. And the reason why, as Laya said, unless and until they went close to it, they usually don't move. But this time they actively went and tried to stop them from getting deeper inside, which at which, like, Laios deduced in the end, after realizing what these creatures are. He was like, yeah, it's probably because they were trying to protect that egg or whatever, like that whole thing. And it was like, I think, like he said, like some breeding season or something like that. That is why they like proactively were trying to stop them from going deeper inside. Okay. So yeah, you know what? That was a great episode. It was an interesting little, I guess you could say, revelation in the end as to what's actually going on. You know, like who would have thought that these living armors were actually had like small little mollusks inside of them that were controlling the armor. And now Laios has a friend with him now. Like inside his sword. You know that. So I do wonder what's going to happen now. Like, will the sword start to move on its own now and then? Like, because there's literally a creature living inside the sword. If he uses that sword to fight, maybe the sword will move on its own or something. I don't know what's going to happen. But let's see. Um, okay. And oh my God, Laios and his whole like he wants to eat everything. Whatever any type of thing inside the dungeon, he just wants to eat it. You know, it doesn't matter. He's like, can I eat the armor? And they're like, come on, man. Like, if you want to eat the living armor, just eat your own armor. It's the same thing. Like, what the like, what is he gonna do? Cook the armor, cook the metal, and then chomp on it? Like, what? And I'm like, come on. Like, the fact that that part was so weird because not weird I would say, but more disgusting because they steamed the whole armor, and the armor was like it's been there for so long inside the dungeon. Like, yeah, the creatures, the living creatures might be edible, but the armor, like as I said, it was moldy, and like, you know, the smell was coming, and I'm like, good God, that is disgusting. Imagine eating from a moldy bowl or something like that. Like, you know, the whatever the container that you've put your food in, if it's moldy and the smell comes out from that, that is, yeah. And that's why I was like, the everything else I guess is fine. They're literally taking the like creature out, cutting it, you know, like, and cooking it, frying it is fine. But the fact that they steamed the helmet, that old musty like moldy helmet, they steamed it and they tried to eat from inside of it. That was disgusting. You know, the creature was fine. You know, it's, you're literally cooking the creature. It's okay. But yeah, the armor part, I was like, this is a bad idea. Why are you steaming the helmet? Like, at least I don't know, like whatever inside of it, take it out and like prepare it somewhere else. Like, just leave the helmet alone. The helmet is old and it's been there in the dungeon for so long. And as they said, it's gotten mold on it and everything. It's just, yeah. Good God. And I feel like a day will definitely come when Laios is going to eat something and it will be poisoned and he'll die. And he'll just die and they'll have to resurrect him back. Like, good God. Like, what the? He just eats every single thing. Oh no. Right. Okay, that was this episode. That was a great episode, you know? Like, it was an interesting especially that whole like armor, living armor part. It was interesting to see what that thing actually was and the actual secret behind it. So yeah. Okay, now that was my overall impressions of this episode. Let me talk about this episode now, scene by scene. In the first section, we get to see Laios and his group is going inside another dungeon, and this time the dungeon, like, you know, it was like kind of like a dead end in front of them. So Chilchak uses Laios's sword to kind of knock into the different, like, you know, parts, trying to find a contraption in it, and he found it, and the secret door opened up. So all's well and good up until that point, and then Laios realizes that the decoration on his sword is missing. So they're like, oh, was that a memento or something? Like something, someone special gave it to you? And he's like, not like that, but you know, it is like a memory for me. And he recounts a tale where he talks about how he and his sister joined, like when they were beginners, when they joined a gold peeling group. Now, this is very interesting because, as they say, these groups, they're called the gold peelers because they went inside the dungeon, and I think they said like the tower, wasn't it? Yeah, the castle. The castle was completely covered in gold. So peeling it made quite a profit. Now that's interesting. So they obviously, I'm guessing the first time everyone went inside the dungeon, they looked at the castle and they were like, damn, these are all gold. Okay, so they started, I'm guessing, probably every time they went into the dungeon, they probably peeled out a little bit of the gold and took it back. sold it for a lot of profit, and that's what happened. And then more and more people did that, and so this became a little like a literal profession, gold peeling. I do wonder why they didn't really like bring actual, I don't know, like tools and properly scrape off the whole gold all at once. Like easily, I'm sure someone could have done that, who had money, probably like hire some people and like get some like instruments and stuff, and then use them to peel out the gold completely. And instead of just going in and peeling with your fingers, why not do that? I do wonder why. But anyways, this became an actual profession, and people used to go and peel the gold every day. Damn, so it was quite profitable. When the dungeon opened, the gold was completely like enveloping the whole castle, so everyone just got like they made their bag. In the first few, I'm guessing, like months of the dungeon opening, they made the bag, and they were like, yeah, like let's get the gold. And people who started doing this later, by the time they reached the dungeon or started going inside the dungeon, everything is just peeled off, and they missed out a lot on that. So yeah, the people who first started, the first dungeon dwellers, they made it big, probably. Like they became very rich, probably selling all these gold. Right. So, anyways, enough of that. So they talk about how he and his sister went in with these gold peelers, and that is when he like came across this room where there's like all these armors over there, and everyone like went close to the armor, and one of them gets stabbed in the throat. And it's crazy to see how like death is so common in this show, but at the same time you need to remember that it doesn't matter if they die, they can actually resurrect them back. So the death is gory and everything, and they kill and like stuff like that, but we need to remember that, what, it's fine, he can be brought back, that kind of thing, unless and until they completely get digested or like completely obliterated into like into small little chunks. Unless and until that happens, I guess you can bring them back. So yeah. Right, so then all the armor started attacking, and Laios was like, oh come sister, let's get out of here, we cannot stay here. And then Laios comes across one of these armors, they start attacking, and his sword breaks, and that is when he screwed up, and the sword of one of the armor like completely stabbed him in the thing, and he's like, yeah, you know what, that's where I got this sword from, and that is why I kept it with me, because this was a memory for me of my first death. Okay, so it's not really a big deal, but something. Okay, and then he starts talking about him researching and trying to figure out how they'll taste if they cook it. And since she's like, come on man, armors aren't edible, what are you on about? And he's like, but it's a monster, like I understand it's not edible, but like maybe. And Chilchuk is like, yeah, if you want to eat living armors, then eat your own armor. It's the same thing, If you're that hungry for armor, cook and eat your own. Good God. You know what? Like, this guy, I'm like, come on, at least limit it to living creatures. He was ready to eat an inanimate object. It's like, if that's the case, I won't be surprised if he starts like grabbing rocks from the dungeon and starts putting them in his mouth. Like, that's literally what it has come to. Like, he's going to eat anything that moves. What? Oh my God. Right, you know what? Yeah. Okay, so they come across that room again, and Laius is like, alright, you know what? Let's just speed through this place. No, we shouldn't go any close to them. Speed through this place and let's do it. So everyone starts moving quickly, but one of the armors come out and literally blocks their, blocks their path. And Laius felt a little bit weird here, because Laius realized, like, what's going on? We didn't really go close to the armors. Previously, the ones that we went close to, they attacked us. This time, however, we were keeping our distance, so they're actively trying to stop us from going in. So Here the battle starts happening again, and Laios also starts fighting, and they're way more coordinated and better at fighting these than back then. However, one of the armors that Laios flung the helmet off, he realized that the armor was doing something weird. What weird thing was it doing? It was trying to look for its head, as if it cannot see. It kind of kind of tried to find the head, found it finally, put it on, and then realized that the head was reverse, so it reversed the head back and put it straight forward. So this was a big hint, as we get to know later on. Like Elias was thinking, if the thing really couldn't see, why was it looking for its head? And even after it found its head, when it put the head completely like upside down, not upside down, but completely rotated on the completely different side, why did it rotate it back? It didn't need to do that if they cannot see. Like, what was the point of that? So that's what became a clue for him to properly deduce what's going on later on in the story. However, you can see that he's very much like looking at the whole situation, and he's thinking like, what's going on here? Anyways, Marcel is like, let's get out of here. We cannot like go against all of them at the same time. So they come out, and Laios like talks about like the stuff that he felt weird. First of all, the first thing is like he was like, they were actively trying to block us, so there must be something inside which is probably controlling it. We have to get to inside the thing and find a way to somehow go past that door. How do we do that? We need 3 decoys and one person who's going to become the main person who's going to go in. So obviously these 3 were like, all right, you know what? We're going to become the decoy. You go in. Now this part, okay. Here we go. I'm going to read this section. Okay. Laios said, I thought you might be the most fitting for the roles, Chilchak, since you're good and going unnoticed. And Chilchak is like, I'm not good in combat. Besides, living armor doesn't have eyes or ears, so going unnoticed doesn't help much against something that is not alive. There you go. So, and I'm guessing Laios probably felt a little bit, like confused here. He was like, wait a minute. Yeah, Chilchak is saying that they don't have eyes or ears and they are not living. So then why did it put its head back in? It made no sense. If it doesn't have, like vision or cannot see, what was the point in doing that? Okay, that probably struck him as odd at that point of time, And also, he also like realized that they were actually following their movements. They were literally looking at you. So like he was thinking of this from this point onwards. You can see that he was a little bit distracted because he's probably thinking of that. Anyways, so they do the whole plan. Like these guys, they become the decoy while Laios goes in, and he finds inside the room another armor, and this one is a fancy one. It has like a lion armor head, and it has like nice, the armor is a lot nicer than the other ones. So Laios is like, all right, let's fight this thing. Starts fighting, and the sword breaks. His sword breaks again, and in desperation he chucks a brick towards it. And yeah, this thing, he tried to shield, or like tried to move a shield away from the line of sight. So Laios was like, that's weird. He used the shield to he shielded away the shield, which makes no sense. And then he saw there was an egg, or like an egg-like thing inside the shield. So he remembered that it's an egg. He remembered that back when they were children, he and his sister had come across one of these eggs before. So he's like, okay, if it's trying to protect the egg, then something is going on. It's not really like these things are actually trying to protect something. So the fact that Chilchak said that these are not living might actually be wrong, And he also now he starts thinking about like living armors don't have eyes or ears, so why did it put its head back? All these things he had thinking, and he's like, you know what? They're living creatures. If it's a living creature, we can defeat it and we can eat it. Yeah. Like Laios' logic. All for that. Because he wants to eat them. Right. So he's now kind of thinking of different scenarios in his head. He's like, okay, if it's a slime, the way it's moving doesn't remind me of a slime movement, so it's probably not a slime. If it's like insectious, like an insect, like like swarm-like creatures which form swarms, it also doesn't seem like that because it's not making any sounds. If it's like a small little thing with big legs, he's like kind of thinking of all of these scenarios, and he's like, all right, you know what? Let me just test it out. He he distracts it and grabs the head and takes it with him. And inside the head, he sees it's empty. So again, he's confused. He's like, wait a minute. I thought this was a living creature. So there's nothing in the head. Was I wrong? And he sees that the armor is fumbling around as if it's not able to see. So then again, it matches. His theory matches. It cannot see. So the armor needs the helmet. So now obviously it's kind of confusing. He's like, if it needs its helmet to see, there must be something inside of it, but there's literally nothing. And then he realized, oh, there's gaps inside of it. And inside the gaps, there were like mollusk-like creatures. So he kills that and he realizes what's happening. So literally all these mollusk-like creatures are inside the gaps of the armors, and they're controlling the armor. And each of the part has its designated duty. The head part uses, looks at everything. The hand part moves around using the sword. The leg parts helps in movement, stuff like that. So he's like, all right, you know what? Now that I know the secret, I can easily take this thing out. So he goes in and throws it to the ground, and right, grabs the leg, dismantles it out, kills the mollusk-like creatures. Yeah, there you go. Right, so there you go. That's all well and good. And then he grabs the shield and chucks it out so that all the other armors attacking their friends, they can go and they get like attracted by it. That's what happens. Everyone is safe now. And after that, they take care of all the other armors. So there you go. Mission accomplished. So everyone's like, what happened? How were you able to do it? And he explains his whole theory. And he's like, yeah, these are literally like small little creatures, each having a different role. So each of these creatures were having like a different role. Each had their part to play. So that is how they were acting as like a colony and making the armor move. So here we go. Even though each creature is weak, by dividing the body parts and utilizing the armor structure, it can imitate human movement. Yeah, we encountered them during their spawning season this time. Right. And then he's like, yeah, they hatch from eggs. And he's going crazy because this is like a new discovery. And then he's like, alright, Senshi, it's not an armor. It's a living creature. We can eat it, can't we? And she's like, let me see. And he looks at the thing and he's like, yeah, you know what? You can probably cook it. You know what? Let's do it. And Marcel is like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Are you like, what? You don't even know what type of creature this is. It might be poisonous. Can we even eat it? Oh, God. Obviously, this is like a first time for Senshi. So Senshi's like, I'm not really sure about this, but let's do it. Okay. Right, so they pry the meat from the armor, and Senshi fries it, and then does all of that thing, grabs the helmet and steams the helmet to make like a steaming thing, and there you go, steamed living armor or whatever. So they're like, alright, you know what, you eat it first. You're the one who's most excited. Even Senshi was like, you know what, you eat it first. Like, Senshi wasn't having it. Senshi was like, yeah, you know what, I might be crazy about these type of things. I'm not as crazy as you though. So you eat it first. And Lars was like, all right, gladly I'll do it. And he's just so excited. And yeah, he eats it and he's like, oh, this is so good. Amazing. And Senshi's like, all right, you know what? That's all I need to know. He starts eating it as well. And then she says like, all right, you know what? I could actually make it better. Like I didn't know how to cook it properly. This time, now that I've eaten it, I know what to do next time. And seeing this, Chilchak was also like, all right, fine, let me eat it. And like Chilchak is like, yeah, okay, I guess. Marcel drinks it, and Marcel's like, it's like mushrooms. It tastes like mushrooms. So you know what? Either way, it worked out. But then this is the part where I was like, come on, don't do that. When Laius was like, all right, let's eat whatever is inside this living armor helmet that we steamed. And he eats it, and he's like, where's that part? Yeah, and he's like, it tastes like mold. And I'm like, yeah, obviously. Because, you're eating it from the armor. That armor is probably moldy, and that's why it tastes like mold. The odor of the helmet must have gotten trapped in it. There you go. Anyways, right. So here he kind of thinks of something. Laius. Laius is like, here we go. Maybe when they're newborns and juveniles, they're very small, and no one suspects them to be living armor. And they probably form shells as they grow, and they start forming colonies. And when they can move, they travel looking for other colonies. Maybe the armor standing in rows while looking for partners. They are likely hermaphrodites, and the biggest colony lays an egg, which was the one that we saw in the end, like in the final room. Right, that makes sense. That's why they were all protecting it. Okay. And then he's like, oh, that means the armor I occasionally see holding hands might not have been adventurous fooling around. They were actually mating. Oh my god. And Marshall's like, can you please stop? I don't need to hear all of that. Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway, so he got his new sword. That sword that he got from one of that final boss thing. However, his sword has a little thing inside of it. A little, I don't know what it is, like mollusk kind of thing with two eyes. And Marcel's like, why are you screaming? And he's like, oh, it's nothing, no problem, go ahead. So he completely like hid the fact that his sword has someone living inside of it. So so okay, and the narrator says that this thing has become the new companion after this. Obviously, the other group members don't know about it. Only Laius knows about it. And okay, so I don't know what he's going to do with it. Is it just going to stay with him from now on inside the sword? You know, yeah. You know what? Let's see. Let's see where this goes. For a moment, I actually thought he hid it from everyone else because he plans on eating it or something. That's what I thought, because that's how his brain works. Anything that moves, he wants to eat it. Anything that moves inside the dungeon, he wants to eat it. Be it living armor, be it something else. So I, for a moment, thought like he plans on eating it later on or something. Maybe not. Maybe he's not going to do that. Let's wait. Okay, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 3 of Dungeon Meshi. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Dungeon Meshi. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.